Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name's Otis and I am doing 30 videos in 30 days. But today I've hit a bit of a crossroads, so to speak. Yesterday I didn't do my miracle morning. I kind of prioritised instead getting a video out there. I filmed a video 6 weeks ago in the Yorkshire Dales, went around Malham Cove and it took me 4 or 5 hours to edit. Now, as well as that, I've also decided, work-wise, my shift used to be 7:30 till 11:30, so I was only doing 4 hours a day. I'm now starting at 5 until 11:30, due to a couple of reasons. One, I thought I could do with the extra money. Two, they had a couple of people quit at the campsite, so I've sort of stepped up to help out for the next couple of weeks. And that's kind of made me think, oh, am I going to have enough time to do these videos as well as my morning routine? So anybody that's been following along on this series, you'll know that the opening video was, can I become somebody that I can trust? Now, this is an interesting question because it becomes a case of prioritizing what does that mean to me? What is that integrity? What does it mean when I say, can I trust myself? And I think the trusting myself aspect was having a routine, staying disciplined and creating some structure in my life. And that was all kind of built around the foundation of Miracle Morning. So what does it mean if I'm falling behind and not doing Miracle Morning? You know, when I first started, I was filming it every day and filming aspects of it and sort of enjoying filming me doing my Miracle Morning. Whereas now I'm almost like, I don't have enough time to film it. And also, how am I shoehorning that into every video that I'm making for the next 19 more days? Because today's day 11. And maybe a little bit as well, the novelty is wearing off. That's kind of a separate issue in which I've got to continue to stay motivated. You know, when you first start out with new routines or new structures, it's all very exciting. You're ticking boxes, it feels good, and then it starts to get a little bit hard, and it starts to, your motivation sort of deteriorates a little bit. You think, oh, well, I've done it, I've been doing it. But, you know, yesterday is a very good example of when I simply ran out of time. I started work at 5, I didn't get the video up or edited until 4:30 with the thumbnail and everything. And so when was I going to squeeze in that Miracle Morning? Obviously I work up until 11:30, so I'm getting up and the day's already started. I'm not able to get up at 6 or 7 because it's just not enough sleep. So I sleep until 9 because I have an hour after I finish work where I just chill for a bit. And then, you know, the day's already going, the day's already proceeding. It's about trying to carve out enough time and stay true to the original idea, which was trusting myself. So doing my Miracle Morning, having that routine, is that more important than getting a video out every day? And that's the kind of crossroads that I found myself on. Now, the last thing that I want is the Miracle Morning thing to just become a tick box exercise and some kind of performance that I do for YouTube. So what I've decided to do is not film it anymore. I'm not going to film me doing my morning routine. I'm just going to do it and see what comes out of that and lean back into the original concept, which was creating that routine and structure and, in a way, dance like nobody's watching. Just, you know, maybe I was motivated somewhat, and I'm just realizing that I was motivated by the fact that I was filming it. And so there was this concept of, you know, people watching it and me needing to do it because people were going to be watching it potentially, or at least I was going to be posting it on YouTube. And so therefore I kind of had to do it. I was being forced to do it by the fact that I was making videos rather than doing it regardless of whether I was going to film it or anything. You know, there's probably going to be times where I can film parts of it, but I want to make sure that I'm doing that and I'm ticking that box when I wake up in the morning, regardless of how I feel, without the need to film it. And it's an interesting concept as well, this whole prioritization thing and the pressure that I've kind of like created on myself to make 30 videos in 30 days. I've always wanted to be a little bit vulnerable and authentic with that. So when I woke up this morning, I had an idea of a video that I was going to do. And it turns out that I felt this way, and so I wanted to talk about this. And I kept thinking about the video I wanted to make, and I was trying to shoehorn in all of these thoughts. And I thought, no, this can just be a standalone video. This is the whole point of this challenge, is that I wanted to bring you along on the journey of how sometimes you can set things up and then life can change, your routine can change, you know. My hours have shifted and I've got less time, and so now what does that look like? And can I change my routine to make sure that I keep doing what I set out to do based on these new hours, based on the fact that I'm going to have a little bit less time and a little bit less energy. And it wasn't necessarily that I was avoiding, that I felt like yesterday, I didn't avoid Miracle Morning. I avoided filming it. I didn't really want to film it, and maybe that's because I've already done that. I've already filmed it. I've already shown what Miracle Morning is. I've already done a video on that, and so I wanted it to just be for me. But when it comes to prioritizing and integrity, I decided that I wanted to get a video out. That was the challenge. The challenge was 30 videos in 30 days. I don't want to miss another day. I want to do that. And so are you letting yourself down if life forces you to prioritize one thing over the other? And I don't think so. I think I'm just trying to soothe myself a little bit today, in the sense of, look, you still did some things. I mean, I did do some reading yesterday. I didn't do all of the things, but I did some of them, and I got a video out, and I really enjoyed making that video. There's some funny bits in the video that I posted yesterday, exploring around Malham Cove. I fell over, I lost my rag because I got lost in a field for 2 hours, and it was fun to edit. So it's not that, I don't want it to feel too melancholy, this video, or too sad. It's just these are things that are running around in my brain. And like I say, what I want to do is get back on having a routine that's for me, and not feeling the pressure of necessarily filming it, and maybe coming up with some other ideas of how I can put videos together that aren't sort of engineered around that morning routine. I've started coming up with some different title ideas. I'm speaking with ChatGPT every day about concepts and things, and there is growth going on, regardless of how I'm feeling today. Maybe I could look at today and I can be like, oh, have you let yourself down? You didn't do one day a Miracle Morning. When in reality, we all stumble. You've got to allow yourself to stumble. And that again points to another video which I put out there, which was about, not catastrophizing and saying, okay, well, I missed one Miracle Morning, so I'm going to miss a whole bunch of them. It's about getting back on it, noticing it. I think the first step is noticing it and noticing what's going on in your brain. And that's kind of what I've done this video for today, because this was all swimming around in my brain. And like I said, I don't have the answers, but somewhat, this is therapy for me. I'm getting out there and I'm putting my thoughts out and trying to articulate them and trying to make sense of it. And in the trying to make sense of it, you can come up with some kind of strategy or some kind of game plan. Because I've noticed it, and because I've noticed it, I'm able to then action something off of the back of that noticing. So yeah, I think that's about a wrap on today's video. It's going to be a short one. I just wanted to air my thoughts. I just wanted to air the struggle. Like I say, the novelty thing is a big one as well, and I don't want it to fall into a novelty. There's a lot of talk online about how long it takes to form a habit, and I want to make sure that I'm forming that habit, and not just when it starts to get difficult around this time, day 11, day 12, day 13, I want to make sure I'm still doing it. So I'm going to get back after this walk. I'm going to do my Miracle Morning. I'm going to have fun doing it. I'm going to enjoy just doing it for me. Because normally it's the other way around. I do my routine and then I come and make this video. Today I'm making the video and then I'm going to go do my routine, and the video's already going to be done. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 12. Like I say, I have got some good video ideas knocking around in my brain, but let's see what happens when I wake up tomorrow, whether I want to do a progress report, whether I want to make a little standalone video, who knows. I've actually my day off tomorrow, so what I might do is take you out and about with me and do something super different, Maybe I'll go find a hill and do my morning routine on a hill somewhere with a nice view. That sounds fun. I want to do that. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you are all having a grand old time. I hope that this update has given you a little insight into how my brain kind of works and how this stuff can be challenging, how setting up a routine can be challenging, how setting up a structure and a challenge, 30 days, 30 videos in 30 days, and how sometimes life gets in the way. And ultimately, I don't think we should beat ourselves up too much. That's the running kind of thing I have going on in my brain, is give myself a little bit of a break. I've been doing well. I've been working as well as filming these, as well as editing, as well as going for a 2-hour trip to Glencoe. Like, I've been stacking a lot in. I'm doing a lot better than where I was 11 days ago. So I should be chuffed, even though I don't feel too chuffed. But as I say, this is kind of like therapy, and I'm feeling better already having made this video. So yeah, peace out, and I shall see you tomorrow. All right, over and out.